Previously on Fallout.
Back in high school, I wanted to tell you, but I couldn't.
Zach, what did you do?
There was something seriously wrong, and none of us bothered to figure it out.
Beth was supplying Zach with pills to erase his memory, and now his memory is erased.
I'm not taking any pills.
He's dead.
Next semester, I'm not going to go here anymore. I'm transferring.
She can't go to jail, Max. We can't be separated. You and the other man could probably part.
You killed Max.
It was to save us, to save you.
I hate him more than I ever thought was possible. I told you about that. You knew all about that. Yet what do you try to do? Get him out of prison?
They had video of you confronting him, and the file was watched around the estimated time of death of Sarah Thompson.
He disowned my father, and 3 weeks later he died of a heart attack.
I've been having a really bad week, okay? If I want to testify for Willy, I'm gonna do it.
There's video evidence showing that he killed Max.
The video doesn't show what you think it shows.
It cuts off a minute into their conversation. It doesn't even show Willy killing Max.
We know that someone killed Max, and the video file shows that Willy was the last person to see Max before he died.
I don't want to see you until I have to see you at the trial. And after that, I will never see you again.
Are you okay? Do I look like I'm okay?
No. Actually, looks like you're not having a very good night.
Doesn't look like you are either.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means I'm sobering up. I'm nearly there, and this isn't right.
No, it isn't.
You're not here. You weren't here.
Having a hard time remembering? That sure sucks for you, man. Especially with the verdict about to be read.
I'm not guilty.
Yeah, you are. You killed me. I was there.
But it can't be proven. I was only trying to protect
Me?
Beth.
I know. I've heard it all before. But here's the thing. You know you're guilty. That's why you're dreaming this.
So I made a mistake. Does that mean I deserve to go to prison?
Yeah, that's why they have it.
I want to be with you again.
That's not gonna happen, Willy.
Because you don't trust me. I can prove to
There's
you
not gonna be an opportunity for us to be together.
because I'm going to be found guilty.
You'll see.
Jerry's back.
Isn't that really soon?
Yeah, it was a quick decision. Who knows which way.
Take it back when it all began. Take your time, would you understand what it's all about? What it's all about. Something scratching its way out. Something you wanna forget about. No one expects you to care. All on your own with no one
Willie, you can't talk to her. She's a witness for the prosecution, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to hear from you.
Or you.
Is this seat taken?
It won't be by you.
Okay, are you seriously still mad at me?
You lied to me about what was in that video.
Okay, I didn't lie, and I still think it's more damning than Jack does.
I want him in prison, and now that's not going to be as easy as I thought it would be because of you. So you can find another seat.
Gina, what are you doing here? You didn't come with Melanie because she hates you. It must have been so much fun spending all winter break with her when she just doesn't like you.
She'll get over it. Funny, because I don't see you here with her either. Come to think of it, she's been spending a lot of time at the apartment lately. Having problems?
It's none of your business. Now, why are you here? You weren't in town when any of this stuff happened.
Because I'm trying to get a job at the school paper, so I'm writing a story on this. Don't worry, I'll make sure you come across as an ass, as always.
Thanks.
You ready for your testimony?
I'm pretty
sure I've been coached enough for it. How about you?
Yep.
And Blake?
I wouldn't know.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Heller.
Are you ready to make all my friends look like filthy liars?
Yeah.
Be seated.
Hello. What are you doing? Cleaning up Max's poop?
Excuse me?
Beth's dog. He's in the cage right now because he pooped under here.
Neat.
Yeah.
Well, we're hanging out because I have nothing to do and everyone else is at that trial thing.
Don't you have class?
No. I got Melanie to put me on that DA's get out of class list, so I haven't been doing anything all week. I can get you on the list too if you're interested.
Well, maybe.
Sweet. We haven't hung out in so long.
We hung out 2 or 3 times.
I know, but doesn't it feel like we've been friends forever?
No, not really.
Oh, you. See you tomorrow for some nice girl bonding.
Okay.
What was the defendant doing the night Max Gossard died?
He was drinking a lot. He said my hair smelled like dreams.
I really didn't see too much of him that night. I think he was throwing up.
I saw him mumbling in the bathroom, trying to sober up.
What was he saying?
That he and Beth were going to be together forever, and that Max should leave her alone.
Has the defendant ever been prone to violence in the past?
When it came to protecting Beth, yes, he was.
He's threatened to physically harm me a few times.
He attacked me in his room the night he was arrested.
What did he do that night in May?
He was asking a lot of questions about who reported Beth to the cops. He wouldn't leave me alone until he was sure it wasn't me.
He locked Vanessa in his room with him, and he wouldn't let us in when we demanded he open the door.
He told me to go into his room with him and said that I shouldn't have reported Beth to the police. And then he attacked me.
When did you find out that he did it?
I saw the video file on Max's computer.
After I saw the video, I went downstairs, and he said he did it to protect Beth.
He told me that alcohol poisoning sets on pretty fast and that he knew how to take care of people who tried to mess up Beth's life.
No further questions.
The 2 nights in question, the night of Max Gossard's death in September and the night my client got arrested in May. Were you drinking?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much did you have?
I had a lot the night Max died. Everyone did. And I had a lot the night Willy was arrested.
I got drunk the night of my birthday, but I had nothing to drink the night Willy was arrested. I was completely sober when we confronted him.
I was drunk both nights.
So your judgment could have been impaired.
I know what I saw in the video.
He nearly confessed. I can still remember exactly what he said.
He attacked me. It's hard to forget something like that.
Why did you go into his room with him in the first place?
I don't know. He's my friend. I didn't think...
You thought that one of your friends killed Max Gossard, correct?
Yes, but I didn't know it was Willy at the time.
So you didn't think it was likely that William killed Max?
I didn't say that. I didn't know the whole story at the time.
I thought it was possible it was him. I never really trusted him.
I was always a little afraid of him, to be honest. I tried not to hang out with him too much.
Is it possible you misconstrued my client's actions?
No, he was trying to kill me.
Are you sure he wasn't trying to sleep with you? Excuse me for asking, but aren't you known for having many male partners?
Objection.
It applies to her state of mind and what she claims my client said. Now, are you sure he wasn't trying to have sexual relations with you and in your drunken state you overreacted?
No, he was trying to kill me, just like he did to Max.
Speculation, Your Honor.
Sustained.
So you were drunk and got invited to my client's room. He pushed you down, you got scared and ran out. Is that correct?
Yes, but he said...
What did he say exactly?
I don't remember word for word.
Because you were drunk?
Yes, but...
So you were scared. Did he pull a weapon on you? Did he say anything specific about Max Gossard or Sarah Thompson's deaths?
I can't remember any specifics.
Okay then, thank you. No further questions.
Hi! So, I hope you don't mind, but I brought someone.
Of course not. The more the merrier. Who is she? Do I know her?
It's not a she, it's me.
And
I brought Zach. How are you doing?
I'm sorry. Look, we can still bond, just with Adam and Zach.
How long did you date the defendant?
3 years, off and on.
Was he ever violent to you?
A few times, yes.
The night Max Gossard died, what did the defendant hear you and the deceased talking about?
I was involved in illegal drugs, and he wanted me to stop.
And you refused?
Yes, I told him to stay out of it.
Did he?
He said he would go to the cops, but he never got the chance.
When did you find out that Mr. Lawrence overheard you?
In March, he threatened me and told me that he would go to the cops if I didn't stay with him.
So you stayed with him?
For another month, and then I broke up with him again.
Could you please describe the events leading up to Mr. Lawrence's arrest?
Willy got everybody together for an end-of-the-year party. Throughout the night, everybody kind of dispersed around the house, but Willy and Vanessa were in the kitchen, and I was in the living room. That's when I got the call from the police department saying that Sarah Thompson was dead.
And what happened next?
Chris and Blake came downstairs and said that Willy had killed Max. Blake had just seen the diary video, and Chris had just remembered it. So we all went into the kitchen and found out that Willy had taken Vanessa into his room. The door was locked, and we asked for him to come out, and finally he did.
And what did he say to you?
I told him that I knew he had killed Max, and he said he did it to save me, to save our relationship.
And he didn't try to deny it in any way?
No.
On the night of February 14th, when was the last you saw the defendant?
Around 1. We had just finished our long discussion, and I had ended our relationship.
How would you describe his demeanor?
He was upset at first. He wouldn't let me leave. But then he eventually accepted it, and I left.
Can you account for his whereabouts at 2:52 a.m.?
I have no idea where he was.
Thank you, Miss Cleary. Your witness.
You said the defendant was violent towards you on occasion.
Yes.
Yet you stayed with him for 3 years. Weren't you afraid of him?
I guess not.
The night of February 14th, where were you around 2:52 a.m.?
Excuse me?
Objection!
She said she couldn't account for the whereabouts of my client. I'm simply asking where she was.
I'll allow it.
I needed to walk. I needed to clear my head.
For how long?
I don't know, until 4?
And when you got home, did you see Sarah Thompson?
No, I assumed she was still out. The next morning, I found a note saying that she was on her way to Houston.
So for all you know, she could have been halfway to Texas by the time Erin left. Nowhere near my client.
I guess that's possible.
The night my client got arrested, you were about to start serving time yourself, correct?
I pled guilty for drug charges for 3 months in rehab.
So you had been doing drugs.
I stopped.
So you were not under the influence of any illegal substances when my client supposedly confessed?
No, I wasn't. He told me he did it to save me.
Did what?
Killed Max.
Did he ever say that he killed him?
No, but...
In fact, hasn't he since told you he didn't do it?
Yes, but I don't believe him.
And yet you have no reason to believe otherwise.
Objection!
Withdrawn. No further questions.
I have a question.
Yeah?
How come you have such a good life?
It's not as good as you think.
Whatever. I think you're really cool. We should be better friends.
Okay.
So this is kind of a girly day. Maybe we shouldn't have come.
Maybe, but I like to be around Erin as much as I can.
So you don't trust her?
No. Let's talk about you. How's your memory doing?
Fine. I remember what I need to know.
So you don't...
If you're scared I'll remember something, chances are I won't remember.
Did you bring my lunch?
Nope.
Oh, great. I suppose you're here to testify too.
No. If only I could. I guess the next witness will have to do.
Who's the next witness?
The prosecution calls Chris Evans to the stand.
Crap.
Yep. The night of Max Gossard's murder, what do you remember?
I went into Max's room to try to find my keys. And when I went in there, I saw Max lying on the floor. I then left the bedroom and saw the defendant coming out of the bathroom. He told me not to go into Max's room because Max was sleeping.
But he wasn't asleep, was he?
No, he was dead.
The original coroner's report said that Max Gossard died of alcohol poisoning. What led you to believe that he was murdered?
Max told me earlier that he hadn't been drinking and that he wasn't planning on drinking all night.
Is it true that you and Sarah Thompson were looking into what happened to Mr. Gossard all of last year?
Yes.
Did you find anything?
Well, we found his computer, and she had it with her the last time I saw her.
Which was February 14th, the night estimated to be her death?
That's correct.
When was the last time you saw her?
We went to sleep about 1:30 a.m. and then I woke up and she was gone.
Thank you. Your witness.
If you remember the defendant standing outside the victim's room, then why didn't you tell the cops right away?
I didn't remember.
When did you remember?
The night Willy was arrested.
So 8 months later.
Yes.
Seems kind of strange that you took so long to remember something so damning of my client. Why do you think it took so long?
I was drunk the night Max was murdered.
So anything you say, you can't be completely sure of?
No, I know what happened. I know I'm right.
Is it true that you claim you saw the ghost of Max Gossard and that's what supposedly helped you solve this crime?
Objection, Your Honor.
It attests to a state of mind. Did you claim you saw a ghost?
I saw him in my dreams, but what I saw actually happened. And Willy confessed.
The same confession Miss Cleary overheard?
Yes, he stated his reason for killing him.
That's what you assume, but isn't it possible he was responding to the questioning of Vanessa in his room?
No.
You seem pretty sure about this. After confronting him, did you wait around until the police showed up?
No, I had to leave.
You must not have thought he was a very big threat to society.
Blake was still there.
So you left one college student in charge of my client, who you assumed is a two-offense murderer?
Yes. I had to get out of there.
Guilty conscience?
Objection, Your Honor.
Withdrawn. Nothing further.
The witness may step down.
Chris.
Blake, what do you want?
To see if you're alright.
How nice of you. I just got ripped apart in there. Not good. And I don't like being back here.
Yeah, this trial's really hard on all of us.
It's not the trial. I didn't want to see any of you ever again.
Okay, I know this doesn't bring back the best of memories, but Chris, we were friends, and I'm still your friend.
You're not my friend. You helped me solve Max's murder. That doesn't make us friends.
What's gotten into you?
I'm having a great time at my new school. I have a lot of friends who aren't selfish, angry people like you. You wouldn't get along with them, I'm sure.
Okay, Chris, look. I want to be on good terms with you. I need a friend like you in my life.
You don't need a friend like me. You need a friend like Max, the good, all-around, understanding guy who puts up with all the crap from you people. That's not me. So, find a new friend.
You need any help with that?
No, I'm alright. Thanks for the offer.
Hi. We haven't even talked before, have we?
Not that I can remember.
That's funny. Because you don't remember anything. You're funny.
Thanks.
So, you don't even remember why you tried to kill yourself?
Nope.
It's a pretty big deal. You must have been really depressed. It takes a lot to do something that drastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so don't try to follow me, okay?
Hey, you dropped your pills. How do you pronounce this? What is it? Pills that Zach dropped.
I've never heard of these before.
It's not even made out to him. It's made out to John Smith.
Did he used to have a different name?
No, they're probably the illegal pills that he got from Beth.
Wait, if he's still taking them, does that mean that Beth is still...
No, these are issued in May. He's probably just starting to use them again.
I wonder what he's trying to hide. It's probably juicy. We should put Tylenol in there, and then he'll start remembering.
You know, if he wants to forget something, let him forget.
I need a favor.
Whatever it is, make it fast. I don't want to deal with anything right now.
I need you to give me the name of someone who can give me more of these pills.
Zach.
I'm starting to remember things again, and I can't let that happen. You have to have the number for someone.
I do. Just leave me out of it, okay?
What are you writing there?
A note to Beth.
How third grade of you.
She won't talk to me, and if I'm guilty, I'll never see her again. I have to tell her.
Tell her what? That you're sorry that you killed for her?
No. She won't believe me.
That's because you killed me, and everyone knows it.
I'm not denying that. Well, I am, to get out of here, but I'd kill you again. To save Beth.
Good to know.
I didn't kill Sarah. There's something else.
The jury's not going to believe any of this.
I can't even testify to what I'm starting to remember, but someone else was there before I killed you. Someone...
You're sounding just like a crazy man. And a liar, too.
Beth
Don't forget about that.
has to know.
Were you talking to yourself?
Yeah, being locked up will do that to you. Look, there's something I need you to give to Beth.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be at the trial?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
What's wrong?
I just gotta testify here in an hour.
Do you know what you're gonna say?
I know what Jack and Willy want me to say. I know what I rehearsed, but I don't know if I want to say it. Do you think I'm right for testifying for Willy?
I don't know. Willy was a good friend of mine in high school, but at the same time, like, he did kill somebody. There's no
That was
denying
a
it.
mistake he did for Beth. He's not a murderer. I don't want everybody to be angry at me over this. My dead dad is ashamed of me, and I don't want everyone else to be like that too.
You think by testifying for Willy it's gonna fix things with your father? That's kind of messed up.
Maybe, but I don't know what else to do. I've been feeling like crap ever since he died, and I don't see myself getting any better. I just can't take much more of this.
Much more what?
This! All of us! All of our friends hating each other, problems in class, work with Gunderson, Martha, who I haven't even seen in a month. I just wish I wasn't in this position right now.
Well, Tim, you are. Listen, I'll tell Erin that I can't hang out today. I'm getting sick of her and Chelsea's little Nancy Drew party anyway. I'll go see you testify. We'll get things figured out. Tim, you do have friends, you know, and you're still going to after this is all over.
I'm not sure.
You be careful around my ex.
Get away from me.
Is that any way to talk to a defense attorney?
Yep.
No, today's the last day of testimony. Closing arguments are tomorrow. Let's go out and celebrate either way.
I hate you.
Present. From Willy. How would you describe my client?
He's been my best friend since 3rd grade.
So you know him pretty well. Do you think he's capable of killing Max?
No. Willy, he really thinks things out before he does anything. He wouldn't act rashly.
At any point in time over the last 16 months, did he imply that he killed Max?
No.
Did he act any different after Max's death?
Well, he was pretty shooken up for a while, but then he got back to normal.
Thank you. Your witness.
Mr. Stewart, how much time have you spent with the defendant since Max Gossard's death?
On and off. I've been very busy in the last year.
Busy working on that internship, correct?
Yes.
The same one as Max Gossard?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So is that why you and Mr. Lawrence were friends? You both benefited from the death of Max Gossard?
Objection!
Sustained.
How well can you judge his character? How often have you spent time with him since the defendant's arrest?
A few times. Last time was in late December.
What was the reason for your visit?
I just wanted to catch up and see how he was doing.
Isn't it true that he called you and tried to convince you to testify on his behalf?
Well, yeah, but...
No further explanation needed. Thank you.
Will Melanie even care? Of course, Melanie cares about everything. Besides, I've tried calling Vanessa all week and she hasn't picked up.
Erin, what are you doing here? Aren't you going to the trial today? Blake just texted me. He said that Tim's already done testifying and that Willy's going on the stand after lunch.
No. Melanie,
Zach's doing pills again.
What pills?
The ones that Beth gave him.
Is he still getting them from Beth?
No. I found this in the bathroom. It's the number of someone who deals drugs.
How did you find that out?
The hard way. He's getting the pills from someone and we don't know what to do.
I'll talk to Beth.
We have to make the jury think you're a nice guy.
I think I can manage that.
Really? It's quite a stretch.
And don't put the blame anywhere else.
But I didn't do it. There was someone else who...
Yeah, see, talk like that makes you look guilty. Now stick to what we rehearsed and we might be able to pull this off.
I hope not. I have like 50 grand in ghost dollars writing on this case.
So what will you do if Willy gets acquitted?
That's not gonna happen.
Well, do you think he's gonna come after you after everything you said about him?
No, I don't.
Beth, I need to talk to you. Gina, go away.
No, I need to cover everything about the trial.
This isn't about the trial.
Hey, you made it.
Blake, not now. Beth, what is this?
Looks like a phone number.
That you gave Zach so that he could get more pills?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, Beth's struggling again.
No, I'm not. Zach wanted the pills, so I gave him the number of a guy who could help him out.
You're helping Zach forget his past again.
He wants to. You guys just need to stay out of this. If he wants to do this with his life, he can.
Hey, what's this?
It's from Willy.
Give that back. It's just him saying that there's more to why he killed Max than...
Then what, you suddenly believe him now?
Well, I don't know. He said there's more to the story. Maybe there is.
Well, I'm sure he'll tell us in court. Here he comes now.
I drank too much that night. I overheard Beth and Max talking about her secret. Couldn't sleep, and I went to talk to Max.
The conversation we heard earlier on video file.
Yes?
The file ends with Max telling you to go to bed. Then you knock his head off. What happens after that?
He stumbled over. He was a little drunk. I eventually helped him up, but I told him that Beth could take care of this on her own, and she would be better if he left her alone.
Did he agree?
He said he would let me talk to her about it, and together we could make her stop.
Then what happened?
I went to bed.
What happened the night of Sarah Thompson's murder?
Well, I had just been dumped by Beth. I was pretty distraught. I didn't try to fix anything between her and I just went to bed. And I didn't see her for about a month.
And you didn't see Sarah at all that night?
No. The last time I saw her was the Christmas party about a year ago.
The night you were arrested, did you attack Vanessa Livingston?
I didn't attack her. I was trying to figure out if she was going to get Beth in trouble. And I may have been a little angry, but I didn't hurt her.
And when Beth Cleary confronted you and claimed you killed Max, how did you respond?
I was in shock. I started to think that she was yelling at me for questioning Vanessa. So I told her I was trying to save her.
So you didn't confess to her that you killed Max?
No. I wouldn't confess to a crime I didn't commit. I was just trying to protect her.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. No further questions.
Oh, crap.
Sorry, did you just say something?
No.
Sorry, I was just listening to what you were saying, and I didn't hear too many facts in there. Except for what you said about...
You love Miss Cleary, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Isn't it true you said you would do anything to protect her?
Yes, but I wouldn't kill someone, just...
And yet, you did. Strange.
Fair enough. After you saw Mr. Gossard, you say you went to bed?
That is correct.
That is a lie?
You didn't see Mr. Evans upstairs looking for his keys?
No, but he was pretty out of it. He passed out on the roof for about an hour. He could have seen a lot of things.
Did you know Max Gossard was keeping a video diary?
No, he did not tell me that.
Do you recall a message from the University Computer Tech Department?
Yes. She said Sarah Thompson had Max's computer.
And that didn't surprise you?
I didn't really care too much. It didn't affect me.
And you didn't want to make sure there was anything incriminating on the computer?
No.
You should have tossed that thing ages ago, Willy. Made this so much easier.
Can you explain why your roommate found Max's computer in the laundry room next to your room?
No. Everyone uses that room. It could have been anybody.
Hey, say Beth did it. Wouldn't that be fun? I bet she'd hate you after that. Wait, she already does.
Other people are in that house all the time. Anyone could have put it there.
But not you, I understand. The night you were arrested, Beth clearly confronted you about killing Max. Is that correct?
Yes, I already said that.
I know. You said you were in shock. Shock from what exactly?
Well, just, I found out she had just been arrested.
But she had made a plea bargain 4 days earlier, and you were still in shock?
Well, combined with finding out that Sarah had just been murdered.
How did you find that out?
Beth told me.
Really? Because according to the record, she found out, told Chris, and then confronted you about Max. At what point did you hear about Sarah's death?
I must have heard it through the door.
Oh, please, you were too busy trying to kill Vanessa to hear anything.
That's not true.
What's not true? You weren't really in shock?
No, your questions, they're just a little confusing.
Willy, are they confusing? Hard to find lies to all of these? That's why you should always be prepared, Willy.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'll make it simple. Did you confess to Beth about killing Max?
Yes. I know you feel wrong using my answer, but it's right. So consider me your lifeline.
Stop it! Leave me alone! Let me testify. I did not kill Max.
Okay, I think that's all I need.
That could have gone better, Willy. But, I might be wrong, though.
Beth?
Are you here?
Of course not. They're doing closing arguments. That was always my favorite part of Ally McBeal.
Well, good things. I don't think she's gonna like it when we look through her stuff.
Did you bring a digital camera to document evidence? Oh, who am I kidding? We can use my phone.
So we're looking to see
if she still has a drug stash. Yeah, I know. And we need photos with evidence so we can send her to jail.
Why? Do you not like her?
I don't really know her, but I don't think she likes me.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know she's still involved in this. Know it.
But Melanie said that she just gave Zach the number.
I don't believe her.
Ooh, look, I found some pills. They look like aspirin, but prescribed really strong aspirin. It could mean something.
No, this is prescribed for her. This isn't anything like what Zach had.
Oh, there's more pills in the trash. And they look like aspirin, too. Maybe this is a big aspirin heist. That's hard to say.
Get out of the trash. There's nothing in here. Let's go check her room.
Zach, what are you doing here? I couldn't hang out with Erin and Chelsea anymore. Besides, I wanted to see how this turns out.
Do you even remember what happened the night Max died?
Not at all, but everyone says Willy did it, so I guess he did.
Zach, have you been taking pills again?
Why would you ask me something like that?
William Lawrence.
Hey, look, they're
The
starting.
prosecution has been trying to paint him as a murderer. But have they succeeded? That's really up to you to decide. But before you do, let me sum up their case.
Max Gossard, a college student, dies from what appears to be alcohol poisoning. And now they say it's not. Since my client was the last person to talk to him before he died, they say that alcohol poisoning is no longer a logical conclusion. Instead, they say that my client shoved alcohol down Max Gossard's throat. Then, 5 months later, since Sarah Thompson was in possession of an irrelevant computer file, my client is supposed to have killed her too, to save himself. The argument seems to be asking an awful lot of you. They want you to assume that the original coroner's report is inaccurate and ignore the fact that my client has no priors. Nothing to even remotely suggest that he'd do something like this. This wasn't even a case until 8 months later. There is no evidence. And all these witnesses they've thrown at you, what have they told you? They don't like my client. None of them can even positively say that they're sure he did it. They're saying he implied a confession to them. And they're saying that you should logically jump to the conclusion that he's guilty. There's a little thing called reasonable doubt. If you honestly believe that my client is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt, then by all means, render a guilty verdict. But unless you can be absolutely sure that what the DA's office is claiming is true, then you just can't do that. You just can't throw people in jail because they might have done something. We have a burden of proof, they didn't match it. They can't even prove that Max Gossard was murdered or the exact time and place of Sarah Thompson's murder. If they can't even prove that, how can they relate these instances back to my client? They can't, and neither can you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is true that we have assumed that Max Gossard died of alcohol poisoning. We have made this assumption for 8 months now. So what has changed? A computer file was discovered exhibiting the defendant confronting Max Gossard shortly before his time of death. This same video file was found and viewed at the approximate time of death of Sarah Thompson, whose body was found in a park just outside of town. The defense argues that this evidence is not enough, but how much clearer could this picture be? Max Gossard was not and could not have been drinking that night. He appears completely sober in every one of those video files recorded that night. And there is no logical way that he could have died of alcohol poisoning given this evidence. What does make sense is that the defendant was scared that his girlfriend, Elizabeth Cleary, might be arrested for dealing drugs. So he killed Mr. Gossard, knowing that he might turn her in. He then saves himself further by killing Sarah Thompson, who saw the video file and had discovered Mr. Lawrence's crime. He then assaults another person, Vanessa Levinson, for reporting his girlfriend to the police. You cannot ignore this evidence. And yes, there is a burden of proof, but reasonable doubt has to be reasonable. And let's face it, the defendant has no alibi. He was seen with alcohol right before the death of the sober Max Gossard. And as soon as Sarah Thompson learns this fact, she is killed. Given this evidence, can you honestly believe that this man is not guilty? Thank you.
So, we never finished our interview.
Now's not the time, Gina.
Well, they've been in there a while. I mean, the jury's gonna be done any minute.
Or they could be in there for 3 more days.
Still, I need to get this written down. So, you really think he did it?
What does it matter what I think?
Well, your testimony was the strongest. Yours and Chris's, but Chris is rude.
Gina, I think there's a lot more to this trial than you can understand.
What are you talking about?
He does this. I think I know him so well, and then he completely changes. I have a headache. I don't want to know the verdict.
The jury's back.
Thank you and hang up the phone. Let the funeral start. Hear the casket close. Let's pin split black ribbon to your overcoat. But laughter pours from under doors in this house. I don't understand that sound no more. Seems artificial, like a TV set. But hola, 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 hola. Persuaded must be satisfied. You offer only one reply. You know not what you do, but you tear.
They're gonna read the verdict. Should we go?
Jury's back.
Isn't that really soon?
Will the defendant please rise? Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
On the matter of the state versus William Lawrence,
On 2 counts of murder in the first degree, we find the defendant not guilty.
You combed your hair inside that mirror, the one you painted blue and glued with jewelry tears. Something about those bright colors would always make you feel better. But now we speak with ruined tongues, and the words we say aren't meant for anyone. It's just a mumbled sentence to a passing acquaintance. But there was once you. You said you hate my suffering, and you understood, and you'd take care of me. You'd always be there. Well, where are you now? Twice removed, now a lock of hair you said would prove our love would never die. And I sing and sing of awful things, the pleasure that my sadness brings, and my fingers press onto the strings, yet another clumsy chord. Circles